Good morning. My name is John Drongoole. I'm from here in Austin. I've had chickens most of my life, and it's been hard to maintain them. If you count them, I have 100 black Astalorps at one time there, and they'd go out free range and then come back in the evening. I didn't have to watch them. I didn't count them as they came back in. If I didn't count them these days, with NAIS, I might get in trouble. But I'm glad to have an opportunity and for the citizens to have an opportunity for input. And I believe this is an affront to our freedoms. By large corporate factory farms, the computer industry, and our federal and state governments. At this time, nearly 14 million Americans are out of work, with very little promise of finding employment in the next few years. Millions of families can hardly afford to feed themselves. This has motivated many to become self-sufficient. One way they're doing this is to grow food at home. I'm in the organic garden center business and have been just doing this for over 30 years now. And this year we sold more vegetables and seeds than any other year in my whole career. People are concerned about the food supply at all levels. With more sustainable lifestyles, people now collect rainwater, they conserve energy, they grow their own produce, like the old Victory Gardens, and millions of them have acquired chickens, and millions more will be influenced by the economy to do the same thing. Family farmers work all week growing crops and raising animals and sell produce, meat, and eggs on weekends at the farmer's market. This is stoop labor and not all that profitable. It's hard to compete against the factory farms and animal confinement operations. Farmers are also so busy trying to survive in this terrible economy created by the federal government that they don't have time for these added burdens and expenses. And if they cannot comply with the law, you're going to punish them. Now you want to increase the cost of raising a few animals for food, forcing us to operate databases just for a couple of chickens, requiring us to buy tags and microchips. This law would add labor costs and paperwork to our small farmers and backyard gardeners with just a few animals. You're asking the veterinarians, feed stores, and our neighbors to turn us in for having a few animals, leaving them to do the dirty work for you. Here's an example of the homestead revolution that's taking place. This last weekend, I sponsored an hour-and-a-half-long talk for the general public on raising chickens. One of the local family farmers, Caroline Sale from Boggy Creek Farm, spoke on raising chickens in the backyard. Over 150 people showed up to learn how they can do this too. I understand the problem very well. I have a few chickens, 2 goats, and a couple of pet donkeys, and not enough time to deal with the added governmental regulations. I don't understand why, at this time of crisis, you would place these additional illegal burdens on we, the people, who are trying to survive and feed our children and our elders. We have been through 8 years of the worst governmental leaders in the history of the United States. They took away many of our rights and ignored international laws. Please don't continue to take away the rights of American families who want to own a few farm animals. We are not the problem. We are the solution.